Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to an automotive radio show. Been a while since I recorded one of these. Sorry, I'm really horrible um, in the colder months doing these. Guess I'm not quite warm yet, but hello everybody. I'm here for a Friday night here at about 9:30. Actually, I don't even think it's about 9:50. 9:53. I think it's about 9. It's about 9:15. Sorry. My clock on my computer is slow as molasses. So I don't mean to be slow or anything like that, but yeah, hello everybody. Welcome back. I'm gonna be here for a few minutes. Um I'm gonna be here for for however long I want to be. So hello everybody, welcome back. I'm not live. I don't want to go live. I don't care to go live because this computer's terrible. Um, Actually, that's a little better quality, um, but yeah, hello everybody. It's been a while since I've recorded. Sorry, it has been and everything. I keep on making these excuses, but I can never find anything to talk about because I'm usually tired and stuff like that. Work is going good, anyway, just to say the least. If I'm usually tired and usually I work myself pretty good, but it's pretty good. We have the setup's really good. We have it work. Everything's clicking, and I think we're going in the right direction. I think management has finally cracked it with some of these decisions they made. After all the complaints we made, after all the changes we wanted, we finally got what we wanted. Some people are used to it. Some people are not. I'm just used to it because I've been working with corporations forever, so I don't mind. Um, the strategy I'm employing right now is calm but collected. Because I've been in these retail situations for over 17 years now, and it's just not worth it reacting and getting sucked into all the crap. So all the baloney that comes with it. So I think we're going in the right direction. I think people are still a little apprehensive of what's going on, and we have a few new people that are kind of shocked about what's going on. And to be honest, I'm just the guy who just sticks around and just does whatever. So, um, it's all good. But enough about work. I don't like talking about work. You guys know me. I just want to say work's going good. I want to talk about um, the channel and what I'm going to do going forward and stuff like that. Because March was kind of slow, and I want to do more videos. I'm going to putting start cranking out my output soon. So um, I'm hoping it's kind of late, but I'm hoping to start with this video and continue on for the rest of the weekend. I just want to let you know I'm going to do a gear change show tomorrow. I'm going to do that on the phone and stuff like that. I'm going from like 11 to 4:30 tomorrow, which is weird, but I don't care. I'm just taking the hours that I can, stuff like that. Because we got new people in the division, and they have to spread things out and do whatever or whatnot, and I don't mind it. Um, all as I know is that I'm going to do a gear change tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to do a gear change tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do it on. Um, the reason why I'm going semi-live here is because a couple of things I have to address. First thing I have to address is um, I'm not going to address my absence because you guys know I'm just going to give you guys a stupid excuse, and I'm never going to live up to it. I'm always Mr. Inconsistency. You guys know that. The reason why I decided to do this tonight was because for those of you in the Dragon Ball world, yeah, I do still do a little. I still do a little. I still do a little pop culture here and there because I did, as I said, my channel's first name was a reference to um, Captain James T. Kirk's legendary openings for the Star Trek Captain's Log, Commander's Log. Um, and then the vlog corner was just kind of it's just kind of my thing because it's my corner of the internet, haha. And then eventually I started doing the vlog channel, and then eventually I started doing the radio show, and now I'm doing Kamo's Automotive Radio Show. Um, for those of you who don't know, and for the Dragon Ball world fans around the world, yes, I did hear our founder, well, the founder of our Dragon Ball fans, the founder of our beloved series, Akira Toriyama, is dead at the age of 68 by a subdural hematoma, which is, for those of you who don't know what subdural hematoma is bleeding in the brain, and it's quite serious. And I'm sitting there going, why? Why? He was kind of a recluse. He barely was out in public. Um, he made interviews here and there, but he was kind of reclusive. He wasn't well in the public spectacle. So, but dying before 70, especially with that. Now, Kazuki Takahashi, the guy who invented Yu-Gi-Oh, died at the age of like 54, which is kind of early. 68, especially for especially for Akira, kind of sucks. And I mean, he will. I mean, his legacy will live on in pop culture forever. Some people now, I know there's a select few out there who know me who don't like the series, think it's garbage, and they think it's a bunch of crap. But you can think what you want. It's your opinion. It's garbage, but it's another man's garbage is another man's or woman's garbage is another man's or woman's treasure. So the reason why I'm so shocked by his passing was because, well, his series, man, his I'll tell you this right now, the series is so much more than just men just fighting and screaming and transforming and shooting beams at each other, and it's muscle memory during contest or or whatever. There's another word for it, but I'm not going to say it on screen because unfortunately kids cannot hear that. For those adults who know which type of measuring contest I'm referring to, you guys will know. The series was, for me as a kid, was a huge deal. That was the greatest 30 minutes, other than Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. Those were the greatest 30 minutes of my life because you got to sit back in a fantasy world. You got to have antagonistic battles. You get to learn life lessons, and you learn to persevere, come up with strategies, and all this other stuff to win. You learned about friendship, and you learned about all this other stuff. Dragon Ball was kind of came at a time in my life when I needed it most. Now, a lot of people are like, "Oh, so you were inspired by a fighting show, by a martial arts show." Um, I just want everybody just to take a step back. Mixed martial arts and fighting takes a lot of practice and skill, and you have to overcome physical limits and your own self-doubt and all these other things into becoming, good at what you do so you can win tournaments and stuff like that and actually try to make a name for yourself if you do that. And there's some people that do that and they have a great thing. And they have a great career doing that, or they do it on the side. And that's what a lot of people do not get about the Dragon Ball series. You got to remember, it's mixed martial arts. It's rooted in Japan fighting styles in Japan and China and Korea, Taekwondo, ninjutsu, and not ninjutsu, but karate, ninjutsu, and not ninjutsu, but karate, taekwondo, and Krav Maga, and that sort of thing. So, um, and those discipline, and that takes a lot of discipline and removing, your negative thoughts and your importance about this and this and that, and you reach a higher plane when you try to, um, and and there's meditation and finding a balance in your life and your limitations, and you're not always the perfect person. Goku, for example, can fight great, but he has the mind and the excitement of a child, which is why he's deemed everybody's favorite goofy man child and stuff like that. Traits I did not want to adhere to because I'm a grown man in the real world and I have to be mature. So um, I did kind of take on his thirst for a challenge and making myself better. That's something I took, but um, but it was when he was a kid that when he's growing and he's learning about himself, that struck home when I was a kid. So back when I was a kid, especially, well, actually, Dragon Ball came after I was a kid in my teenage years. But uh, Goku was always a symbol of hope and um, perseverance and resistance and not resistance, resilience, perseverance, resilience, and just just a guy who fought, protected his family, even though he was a little dimwitted at times, and he sometimes took fighting over his family, and Chi Chi always was not happy with him when he'd go off fighting. I'd be irresponsible, which, I've, once in a while my thoughts can be a little irresponsible, but in a way that I can learn, of course. And that's kind of Goku in a way, too. But that show, when I was a kid, meant the world because Goku was always fighting people that were stronger than him, and it almost seemed impossible. Um, when we first saw the Saiyan saga, Goku always got stronger. He always passed his limits and stuff like that, and he got better and better and better. It wasn't until Goku matched the Saiyans and Frieza that the limits the magnitude of what he was fighting, what he was facing, was becoming greater and greater, and that kind of mirrored what I was facing in life when I was trying to deal with the public schools and bullies and people who were just naysayers when I was a kid. And watching those shows and watching Goku go toe to toe with, I'll tell you, watching Goku go to toe to toe with Frieza with, for what we knew halfway through their first part of their fight, he didn't have a chance in he didn't have a chance in hell to win, and he was grasping on basically his perseverance, his resilience, and his persistence to keep going. And he and this was in the face of a threat that was way more powerful than him, and was kind of toying with him and thought they had authority, and just because Frieza was the Galactic Tyrant. They always thought he had power over everybody because he was stronger than everybody and he outclassed everybody at that time. Um, and it sort of came in a way. That sort of came in a way. Came to be when I was going against Avon Public Schools and stuff like that. To me, they were just some big committee, and I was never my tiny little mind. I was probably never gonna get out of the situation I was in. But when I was watching Goku fight Frieza and all this other stuff, I saw I saw the glimmer of hope he had, and and he put every single ounce of energy that he had into that fight. That sort of inspired me to, act, speak up, and fight for myself a little bit and speak up for myself. I think I learned how to speak up after that and advocate for myself a little bit more. because I was just not happy back then. So, and generally, getting bullied, getting teased, and that kind of taught me that kind of just man up and really take it. And I think I ended up scaring a few of the people that actually pushed me around. Actually, when I said some choice words that I wasn't supposed to say, and I was surprised I said them because I didn't see myself as a very and see myself as a very wordy person, violent or anything. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to hurt anybody. I just wanted people to learn a lesson. Sort of what Goku did with a lot of his enemies, with Piccolo, Frieza, Raditz, Vegeta, and that sort of thing. And I remember actually surprising one of the guys, one of the idiots, one of the immature idiots that would push me around. A couple of them actually. Surprised a couple of them with a couple of words. And I said, I didn't mean to say them, but I said them anyway to one of his friends, and they instantly got scared. It was sort of the time when Goku actually went Super Saiyan, and Frieza was like, "What? What are you?" Um, and the only thing was though, and it was pretty impressive stuff and stuff like that. But at the time, I was like, "Oh, dude," but looking back on it now, I was uh, it was pretty ballsy of the time. I didn't want to get into any physical fights or anything, but I was just tired, and you know, I got enlightened to fight my own fights and not take it standing down. I think those were the first fighting words I ever had in my life, and I was not a violent kid. I didn't want to get into physical fights. I was very gentle. I just wanted to be left alone. I wasn't really in the mood to kind of do that, but I think I learned from the series is that yeah, there's people that are going to be out there that are going to target you, just like Freezer and all the other tyrants out there targeted the Saiyans in the series. There's always somebody that's going to target you and look at you and say, "Oh, hey, this person can be pushed around. They can be ordered to do this and all this other crap." It's so the series really taught me but it also taught me that yeah, just because people wrong you or cause you problems, you can still forgive them and find good in them. I've had arguments with friends um, and stuff like that, and I was at odds with people and stuff like that over time. But I always stayed friendly with them, and my friends, a lot of my friends, a lot of my acquaintances know about that. So, um, for those of you, my friends, who are, it's just one of those times when things get a little hectic and people don't see eye to eye, and because there's difference of situations and stuff like that. I mean, when my friends weren't in really good places in life, it was kind of tough for them to operate and stuff like that. And I knew deep down that they weren't causing the problem. That they weren't the all the anger and everyone wasn't the cause of this person or that person. They obviously had their reasons, and they obviously had their points and stuff like that. And I understood that they didn't mean what they said. They were just acting because they were going through a lot in their lives, or they had something going on. So I really never took it personally, but I did engage them to find it out and find out what was going on. And that's sort of what Goku did with his enemies. He knew deep down they weren't bad. He knew deep down they could be, like he saw Piccolo as a good fighter. He saw Vegeta as a good fighter and as a good rival and stuff like that. It's just they were rivals at one point, and then eventually they started to team up. And Piccolo they started becoming buddies when they teamed up with Raditz and figured they were a good team. And how even though Goku sacrificed himself and got shot with a special beam cannon, that was something else. But and then Vegeta, it sort of reminds me of times I've had odds with my friends and stuff like that. Not that I've had odds with friends, but I always managed to stay friends with people, even though even though they had rough times, and I knew, as I said, I knew deep down they were having the best of times, and I was very patient with them. At times, I had to worry about my own stuff, and sometimes that got in the way, and that's sort of the challenge you have to go through in life. And you have to balance, being good, and then you have to also be able to shut people out, focus on your own stuff, and then recharge and go back to their stuff and stuff like that. It's quite the balancing act. It's not easy. Some Goku had to do, being versus the good guy, but also be the guy that was kind of sharpish and he was training. But everybody kind of understood why he was that way. Um, so yeah, Kira Toriyama, and also taught you how to have an adventure and have fun in life, have a laugh and stuff like that. And and there's always a chance to come back and um, chance and do well again and have another crack at it. The only thing is, though, in real life, I don't have a set of Dragon Balls, but I've been to wish me back to life if anything happens. I've been lucky to. I swear to God, I'm like Goku when he dies. I always have some luck. Um, I haven't perished or anything, but whenever something bad happens and I have to start over again, I always seem to have luck to do it. I think it's just me being a kind-hearted person. I kind of, the guy upstairs gives me a kind of gives me the kind of the no. I'm like, oh yeah, you can try again and stuff like that. You're one of God's soldiers and stuff like that. Sort of like when Goku, who saves the Earth and saves other people, is kind of kind of a kind-hearted, very pure and innocent person, and he gets a lot of, and he says, yeah, and the gods are like, oh yeah, hey, all the deities in the other world are like, hey, yeah, you can have another crack at this. It's just like, you've learned your lesson. Obviously, you won't do this again. Stuff like that, and you keep going. So, um, it's the reason why I persevere in life. So Mr. Akira Toriyama, um, my condolences go out to your friends, and all the people that will miss you, including all your fans. Um, but yeah, thought I'd give Akira a moment of silence there. So, everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to upload this as soon as I'm done with it. Um, I will meet you guys for the Gear Change show tomorrow. I kind of had to get this out of the way, but I hope Akira's in the other play. I'm praying that I'm very confident Akira's in a good place and he's in heaven and stuff like that. He didn't deserve to be taken from us this early and by some circumstances, but um, you know, we'll obviously find out. But it's a big loss, and Dragon Ball fans around the world, and anybody who read the manga and watched the TV shows and watched the movies and collected the action figures and played the games, well, misses. Um, May when Sparkling Zero comes out, I may there may be a tribute, maybe a tribute to him, I guess, or something like that. It might be, but I know if I play it, I'm definitely going to remember, how he created all these characters. I think his um, understudy Torotaro is going to take over. I think the reason why he did this is because I think he knew. Um, what was going on, and his health was kind of declining and stuff like that. And I think he just wanted to pass it on. Torotaro, I highly recommend you guys read the manga done by Torotaro. Torotaro is amazing. So, and for those of you who don't know, when you read the manga, Torotaro, Torobot is sort of the symbol for Torotaro. Toribot is obviously Toriyama. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that, and I'll catch you guys later. I'll get you guys to a Gear Change show tomorrow night. Thanks and good night. Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama.